Yes, sir.
So how you guys feeling? How's the reception been so far? Family, friends, well wishers?
So much love.
Oh, that's
so
good.
Much love. Like I can't even start to quantify it, but the love is great. I appreciate each and every person that has come out, every vote, everything. Even to working with multi-choice has been great. The experience has been a beautiful experience. So yeah, I have had nothing but pure love.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap.
Period.
The prince doing the most. So let me start with Otega, right? Now looking back, if you had one more week, given the opportunity to go back to, would you want to change anything about your game? Looking out now, I'm sure you've seen some like tweets, maybe like some people saying maybe you were too calm for this season, you observed too much, maybe you could have started giving us some. What do you think about, like, would you change anything?
My relationship with Tama would be what I'd change. Because again, I felt like the dynamics brought out the best in me, and sometimes I need the ginger, I need the fire. And that woman got fire, so
nice.
yeah.
So where does that leave Sabrina in that mix?
So first things first, Sabrina is my friend. Let me keep clearing this thing.
Okay, Claire, why you have to collect this up?
Chemistry like between Gigo and Paloma, so it's nothing really in real life. We never defined anything. We're just good friends who enjoy each other's companies. Even when asked, she would tell you, I'm just her person. Like, I'm that guy she could talk to. So it was nothing romantic. But, I'm a lover boy. Once I do lovely things. Yeah, so.
You go explain to her.
Evidence. Because the evidence that we saw, I mean, there was a Saturday party you were speaking to Ibu Faraba, and you said that, you liked her, but there were some flags you started to see that just made you feel like you wanted to take a step back. So now, being in a house like that is enclosed, no phones, nothing. Do you think that maybe in, I'm not saying you were looking for love, but in a sense where a romantic connection could happen, do you think that judging a person based on their behavior there is a fair game? Because now any character can be just based on the fact that it's, enclosed.
Okay, so I can only speak for myself.
Okay.
Not the other person. I went in there and everything you saw in the house, not the narratives like that was on social media. Everything, like if you ask my housemates, everything they got from me was genuine. I'm not a fake person. I wasn't there to fake anything. I told them, I'm a mirror. What you see is what you get. If you see weary, I'm that weary. If you see this, I'm that. So I wasn't judging based off of I could see more than past beyond that.
Okay.
I wanted to preserve the friendship, and is why I wanted to take a step back. Because at this point, resentment is not my goal. I like to have a free and clear mind so I can create things. Yeah, if you have a free canvas, you can paint anything you want to paint on it. So I try as much as possible to avoid all those dramas and stuff. So yeah.
All right. So let's head over to the prince. So I'm saying he's an actual prince from the royal family. I think that it was quite you're not the first prince to come.
Most definitely.
Season. Yes, but the game or what you played or who you were with in the house sort of gave some people, I'm sure you'd have seen some tweets, which prince be this one? Are you sure this prince is taking the next throne? Because the prince and the maidens will be in trouble in that kingdom. But do you think that, first of all, coming into a show, being from a royal family, going into that show and playing the game that you played, do you think that was something that your family would be proud of? Something were you also trying to like be careful, or it doesn't really matter?
To be honest, at first when I go into the house, I was really thinking about what my people would be thinking, and to be honest, like, it made me be in a shell. It didn't make me, show who I am, showcase myself more, because I was thinking of what, my dad, my mom, the people where I worked before, what everybody, my friends would be thinking. So, and to be honest, I was also very observant of the cameras. So many check-cams, what I mean? So like, you look left to see camera, you look right to see camera. So I was very conscious of that. But my second week, I had to close every
and loosen up a bit.
I had to loosen up a bit. So that's why it was very hard to start showing my real self, And I just started doing me for real.
So that's you. So what's the dynamics with Isabella? Now, this is the question that I got from most people, right? It's that she's a mother.
Yeah,
which I think you were aware of
definitely.
a 14-year-old son who is a teenager.
Yes,
do you
sir.
think that you put her in a compromising situation? Do you think you could have handled things better in the sense where her son, the internet never forgets, will wake
Most
up and
definitely.
see those videos or could have been watching, in those situations? So looking back now, is there something you would have corrected in that situation?
Yes, most definitely. I would have stood my ground with her. I would have supported her in every step she took. In all the fights, I would have been there for her. Because most of the time when she's collecting gas bills, I'm nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? So I would have really been there for her. And I regretted everything, but genuinely, I really liked the babe. I still really like her.
Okay.
We had a conversation before I was evicted, and I told her I really want to pursue things outside of the house. And, I'm learning to, I'm trying to be a better person for her and also for myself. I don't like BDAs. I started doing most of these things because of her, because that's what she likes. She wants to be seen. She wants people to know I am a man. So, I told her that it's going to be a learning curve. It's going to be one step at a time. So it was just unfortunate that I didn't stay, enough time to prove myself. But I would like to see outside of the house and have conversations.
I mean, speaking about unfortunate things, I think when you left, she cried. And there are two things for the tears. It could be, yes, she was missing you. The second one, a few of the housemates told her that you were not taking her serious. You said, if you stayed longer the second week, you're going to play another game. And so she kept on, even yesterday, she kept on repeating it that, really? Was that what that was for you? So who were the housemates that you had this conversation with? I think Kola said you told him in confidence that you were not going to take her serious.
I don't want to say anything negative against Kola. It is what it is. If that's his plan to make Isabella not like me or dislike me, then it will be fine. I'll see him outside of the house. You know what I mean? But because the same confidence that he claims we're having a conversation, I told him genuinely I like the babe. He asked me, real talk. And I think that was last week, when Thelma and Isabella were going band
back
for
and
band.
Forth, yeah.
I was downstairs and he came to me and said, do you really like this babe? And I said, yes, I genuinely like the babe. You know what I mean? So for me to be hearing, he went back behind my back to be saying things like that, it makes me now realize that he's a sneaky nigga,
Language. But I did see, so now the one that I saw, I think having conversations with Sultana, I don't know if Doris was in the mix about, it seems like every Saturday party, people were always, these people are going to have an argument.
Yeah.
And most times you felt like you acted like you were tired. And you kept on saying, this girl is stressing me. I don't think I can do this again. And the next thing we see both of you together. So you can maybe see the reason why, even if you told him that you do like this babe, but your actions kind of.
Yeah, she's a very, very outspoken person. I'm more relaxed and a chill person. So, in as much as I like the babe, I was trying to also, get used to, I'm not used to always being in arguments every time. I'm not always used to, being the center of an argument or whatever. But, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
So now speaking about staying true to yourself, being authentic in the house, I mean, regardless of the fact that it's a game show, it's a reality TV show, and so it means that when people are seeing you, they expect to see a certain reality of yourself. What is it about being in this experience? I would call it a social experiment, right? Because
it is a social experiment.
even if you went to boarding school in uni and you stayed with 8 people in a room, this is quite a crowd to literally a 2-bedroom flat because you can't go any other place, So what's something that you learned about yourself that, coming out now, you're like, it was a moment of reflection for you that this house taught you about that, whether it's good or bad, that you want to either correct or you are going to embrace it?
Stop procrastinating things. Make time for the ones you love or you care about, and always, when you want to have a conversation, don't say, let's leave it for, say it when you have the time,
exactly.
instead of just chilling and waiting.
Okay.
Because there were a whole lot of things I could have done when I felt the urge to do it, but I was like, I'm just going to do it later. And then it later never came, right? So that's one of my aha moments. I had to break down. I was like, I could have done a whole lot for Bara, for Sabrina, but I kept pushing it off. Like, we'll do it the next week, we'll do it the following week. But anyways, so that, and then patience. Patience is very important to me. I learned how to be patient with people. I learned how you can be somewhere and your presence is not there. Your attention is not there. So your presence is like, you're just there, present, but your attention is not there. So bringing my attention into conversations, my attention to my presence is my next goal and my next rule for myself. So like I went in there going to unlearn, learn new things,
relearn.
And yeah, so that's basically where I am.
Oh, nice. What about you, Kiki?
Yes, I'll say standing my ground for Isabella, also showcasing myself more out there, because like you said, there's no, you feel like there's time, you know, and I was, you know, everybody would say I didn't like her, but I kept going back. There was a reason why I kept going back. I genuinely liked the babe, you know, so I just wish that I showed him more in the house. You know, I also wish like I showcased myself also more instead of always just being, you know, in as much as she was my center of my world, you know, because most of the time when I'm down or I'm sad or I'm mopey, it's because
there was
Isabella,
just one
you know what I mean? And I really didn't care how other people perceived me in the house. I just really needed her to see me and also know that I genuinely cared for her, you know. So that's just my two regrets. I would have loved to be seen, you know, aside from being in a shape, you know, seen for who I am, and also make my babe know that, okay, I'm down for you.
On babe terms now. Speaking about love to be seen, I mean, you're here now, people are listening to you. So what should they look out for in a few seconds, because we're wrapping up for Kayikunmi?
Most definitely my brand night and I culture, taking it to the next level. I'm representing every day, acting, modeling, you know, talk shows, anything possible. I'm down for that.
Okay, what about you, Otega? King of spices.
Yes, we're going to be releasing a spice and condiment line called King of Spice, and also the roadshow King of Spice. We're doing food and storytelling, and going back to my former love, Rice Box, which is my first love. We're going to be bringing good food to Yaba and environs, and even to the island. So please stay locked in, follow us on socials, and get the dates.
Speaking about socials, share the socials, because me, I'm interested. Food, I love food. So share your socials with us.
On our social media platform, it is Otega Eritomi, OTEGA ERITOMI, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please reach out to me, drop a message, and for the food page, ricebox_NG.
What about you, Kiki?
Kayikunmi, official Kayikunmi on Instagram, on Facebook, also on Twitter, Kayikunmi, on Snapchat, Kumi.Ajibade, on TikTok, Kayikunmi.Ajibade.
All right. Thank you so much for being here at Super FM, your one family, one radio. All right, family members, go head over to Instagram, TikTok, and X, because more videos with your faves are going to be there. So you have to follow at Super FM Lagos. You can also download the app on the Google App Store. Search for Super FM Global so you can keep us in your pocket any day, anywhere. While I still